Hey guys, MT Collector here with another video. Finally another video. It has been weeks since I have uploaded a video. Why? Just kind of because vacation was coming up. Before vacation I was busy with work and everything and just didn't get around to it. Wasn't a lot of figures coming around and just kind of and then vacation. After vacation I was really tired and then just kind of what's coming out. But now, finally, here I am with another video. This one's going to be combined with two different figures. One has been out for a while, another has been out for a short time also. But I definitely wanted to get to it because I'm very excited about these. These are the ThreeZero 1/6 scale figures for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I have the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. Green Ranger I got from Entertainment Earth a while ago. The White Ranger I got from Old Republic Collectibles. They sent it out my way, really hooked me up, so I appreciate it. So thank you, Old Republic Collectibles. Link in the video description below for all your action figure needs. They have Star Wars Black Series. They have Star Wars Vintage Collection. They have Marvel Legends, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Super 7 figures, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, all kinds of stuff from Super 7. They have all kinds of different things on the website, so check them out. Old Republic Collectibles down in the video description below. There is a link to their website as well as their Instagram page, so make sure to check them out. Solid deals on everything. Shipping is not bad or anything like that, and they get all of the stuff. So oldrepubliccollectibles.com, check it out. But here we have the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. So I want to briefly kind of go over. I will show a side-by-side comparison with a Hot Toy, so you can kind of see the, like, in the realm of 1/6 scale figures. These things retail for about 120 or so, depending on where you might get it, and you know, there's different ones. Some of the PX exclusives run a little bit higher, so it just kind of really depends. But they're really cool. Hot Toys runs 2.5 times the price of that in a lot of cases, so there are going to be some differences, so I will show you guys there, those there. The only things that can make these figures better is if they actually had the unhelmeted head sculpts for Tommy Oliver. They do not, but they have some pretty awesome stuff. So looking at the package, we get the Power Coin right there in the front, looking pretty awesome. In the corner we get the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo. White Ranger, Green Ranger, we get that awesome artwork of the Ranger themselves. Side artwork is the same. You can kind of see the color tones that they put into it. We get this gold foil, Green Ranger, White Ranger, ThreeZero logo, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Looking at the back of the package, we get some awesome artwork. I really like the way that looks with the lightning logo there. We get, you know, it's actually the figure. It's not just artwork. It might be renders or something, but you can see kind of some of the accessories that they come with and everything. A bunch of stuff down there at the bottom. Same thing on the other side. Nothing really at the top, but we actually have these Velcro boxes that open up, so you can actually see the figure there. We get the large Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, and then you have the window box, so you can actually see the figure. Now it's going to be hard with the lighting and everything, so you can kind of see it. So I will take these out so you can see the figure and all the accessories that they come with. So they look really cool. And then there is the Green Ranger. Very excited. Tommy Oliver is my favorite Power Ranger, as you think he was for everyone that was growing up when the Power Rangers show was actually new and on TV. Tommy Oliver was the man. Green Ranger is more my favorite than White Ranger, although depending on my mood, I would probably go between the two different ones. So the only 1/6 scale figures that I have in my possession are the Tommy Oliver figures. I did not get any of the other Rangers. Unfortunately, it would be awesome to have a full team, but man, that would take a lot of space. Even now, I don't know how I'm going to display these guys, but I'm just so excited, and they are freaking awesome. The details are really cool. The accessories are amazing. Saba, and then the green dagger, and then that's the Sword of Darkness, I think is what it was called. They look amazing. So let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let me get these figures out of the box. Again, so thank you to Old Republic Collectibles. As you can see here, some of the different properties and licenses that they carry. So Star Wars Black Series, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, as well as Super 7, Marvel Legends, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like Super 7, of course, WWE figures, Funko Pop, Transformers, as well as Jurassic World stuff. So again, Old Republic Collectibles .com, as well as their Instagram, which I will have a link in the video description below. But in the meantime, here is a QR code if you want to scan that. So Old Republic Collectibles. Again, links in the video description below. Okay, so here are the White Ranger and the Green Ranger out of the package. And it's difficult, the spacing that I have, and with my tripod, I had to extend the legs on it, but then lower the tripod as much as like it's hard for me to get these figures in full frames, but so they are 12-inch figures. They have a measuring tape here. I could measure to just to make sure. But yes, they are 12-inch action figures. Yep, about 12.5-inch actually. And the details on these guys are really, really cool. My biggest what's the word I'm looking for? My biggest critique, or my biggest... Okay, so here are the White Ranger and the Green Ranger figures out of the package, and they stand about 12.5 inches. Usually with 1/6 scale, they're, you know, you're gonna get the range about 12 inches high. But because of that, my camera is so far back, my tripod legs have been extended, but I had to lower the tripod as much as I could, so it's all kind of funky. So this is gonna be the only shot where you'll kind of see their feet in it and everything. For the quick comparison, I have here the Hot Toys Spider-Man from Homecoming, and as you could see, scale-wise, the Power Rangers are a little bit taller, so that 12.5 inches is kind of what throws it off a little bit. When we think of 1/6 scale, we think about it right around 12 inches, but they don't really scale properly. Like if you think about it, teenager and teenager, so it's kind of thrown off a bit. Now, in terms of quality, there is some difference. Hot Toys, I think, is always going to be the premium with the highest quality. Like even Sideshow Collectibles, they make some figures that are not, you know, they are an official seller of Hot Toys, but they also, Sideshow has their own figures, whereas I think Hot Toys is the superior. And that's going to be no different here when it comes to ThreeZero, where they have awesome products. The details are really amazing. These accessories are freaking insane, but they are not to the same quality standard as Hot Toys. So I do want to clear that up. That is why it is a much lower price, significantly lower, whereas, you know, again, $120 versus something that this was probably $260, $270. And I got the deluxe version that was probably pushing $300 because it came with the yellow jacket and everything, the academic decathlon jacket. So just a heads up on there. So it's similar to Hot Toys, but it is not the same quality. So let's clear that up. But anyway, let's take a closer look at these two figures because they are awesome. And then we'll take a look at the accessories. We'll go over some posability and things like that. When it comes to 1/6 scale figures, you're not really going to want to leave them in certain type of poses because it could damage the material. But with these ThreeZero ones, I think it's going to be okay. Whereas the Hot Toys, you definitely can't leave it into poses because it's going to cause creasing in the material and the fabric and everything like that. I don't think we're going to have that issue with these ThreeZero figures, but as a just in case, just a heads up on that. But again, let's get in for a closer look of them. Okay, so we're going to start off with the White Ranger, and the details are awesome. My biggest complaint and nitpick and critique of these ThreeZero figures are going to be the neck. They got some wide-ass necks on these dudes. Like, look at the helmet over the neck. There's, like, no space, and it's just a very wide neck. So that's going to be kind of the biggest flaw, I think, when it comes to these figures, because it just does not realistically, that is not how a human neck, how wide it should be on most. So that's again, just kind of heads up with that. Now with these two figures, they have shields. So White Ranger and the Green Ranger have shields. So the seams are really well hidden, where you can see it right here at the collar. You know, the other Rangers, those are going to be exposed, but on this guy, we really don't have to worry about it. The shields are made of a hard, well, not hard, it's actually kind of a rubbery plastic a little bit. There's some give to it, but you definitely want to be careful. It's not something that you can remove or anything like that, so just a heads up there, but it does look really good. There, we get the thin armbands on him, and these ones you can move around as well. Same with the Green Ranger. There is a bicep swivel there, so it kind of holds it in place a little bit. You get the belt. It's like this thin leather-like material that they make the belt, and then you have the sheath for Saba, and that's, you can see the fabric, how they wrap it around the belt to kind of hold in place, and you can see Saba holding in there quite nicely. I'll do some close-ups of Saba a little later. Again, the seam line in the back of the figure, and then going on into the boots there. So it all looks really good. Now the material is a little bit looser than what you would find on Hot Toys, so there's a little bit of play and give there, which allows for some more movement in terms of articulation. So Again, because it's a little bit looser fitting, you're not going to have issues, you know, with the material really getting messed up or anything like that. But man, the White Ranger, he just looks really awesome. Again, let's zoom in for a close-up look at that helmet. Oh, the details, that just looks really, really good. I really like it. But as much as I like that, look at this. Look at the Green Ranger. Man, there's just more details to the Green Ranger's helmet than the White Ranger's. And it just looks awesome. You got the dragon teeth there. You got the white in there with the silver teeth. That just looks really good. I love the line work and everything like that. That red jewel up there. Man, it just looks fantastic. But again, with this guy, he's got a very wide neck. I think it's too wide. It's not terrible or anything like that, but to me, it's a little noticeable. But damn, he looks good. He looks freaking awesome. So let's zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit more of the figure. This shield, same kind of the rubber material. It's not super soft or anything, so it really holds the form nicely in there. That looks really good. These gold bands can actually move around. They're not glued on or anything like that, so you can make adjustments. We get the gold morpher here, which was very important. So there it says Power Rangers on front. You can clearly see the Dragon Zord coin, power coin in there. We got the black sheath for the Dragon Dagger, which is nice. Gold trim on the gloves, gold trim on the boots. And again, a slight looseness to the fabric, which is really good. Get that bright green spandex in there. Now, one thing on here, he does have the white diamonds under there, so it's like a vinyl material that's like, you know, over the fabric. Much like you would find on jerseys, that type of thing. It's all done on there very nice and it looks pretty clean, but again, it gets covered up with the dragon shield anyway. But it is there, unlike the Lightning Collection figure where they didn't even bother doing it under the shield, which is unfortunate. But yeah, just again, the details in the helmets, these look freaking awesome. Really, really love the way they look. But now let's take a closer look at the accessories. Okay, so here is the Dragon Dagger and the details. When you get into a 1/6 scale, because it's so much larger, they can get a lot of the really nice details in there, much more than a 1/12 scale figure, you know, 6-inch action figure. So nice silver for the blade around there. The flute design has black with some nice gold brass trim to it. Came out looking really, really nice. It doesn't feel fragile or anything like that. You do obviously want to be careful, but it looks really damn good. Look at that there. And then the other accessory that the Green Ranger comes with is the Sword of Darkness. Here. And again, this looks really good. This one, you know, is pretty stiff. You don't want to bend it around too much. It does have this, I don't know if this is like some kind of sash or something that's connected to the hilt. And that looks pretty good. Little tassel at the end. Looks like these little like wood type beads on there. But the detail is amazing. Look at the gold trim in there. A little bit of black right there on the blade. Like the metallic red for that jewel or whatever it is there. The gold trim on the hilt. Just looks really nice. Awesome detail in the paint, everything. Really good. It's a little sharp too, so I'm gonna be careful there. But that just looks really damn good. Now the White Ranger, the only accessory that he comes with, aside from additional interchangeable hands, which I will go over, is he comes with Saba. Saba was awesome. Saba talked, he had his own personality and everything like that. But he looks really good. Nice silver metallic color for the blade there. Then we get like this dark color that's not quite black, but it's got a nice metallic look to it there, which is nice. We get the line work throughout, the gold trim, the power coin and everything. And then Saba's head right there. So let's get in for a closer look. Yeah, the details on Saba are really nice. No articulated jaw or anything like that. But he looks really damn good. Red for the eyes there. I really like it. Yeah, man, when you can get 1 scale size accessories, they get so many details right in there. It just looks really damn good. Paintwork looks awesome. Really love the way that looks. Now let's move on to the hands. Okay, so out of the package, White Ranger has these open hands on both hands. He does have a pair of fists as well, so that's 2 sets of hands so far there. Here is a third set of hands where you could see, oh, that's another fist. He has these 2 open holding hands here, so these ones, you know, he'll be able to hold Saba and everything like that there. And then we get these other 2 gesturing hands, so he has one with his hands kind of out but his thumbs in a little bit, and then here he has the 2 fingers up. I'd have to go back and see exactly what poses in particular these are supposed to represent from Tommy as he was the White Ranger, but we get those hands there. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 interchangeable hands for the White Ranger. Now moving on to the Green Ranger, out of the package he has those same open relaxed hands. And then he comes with another set of 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, but one hand is going to be different. So we do get fists for him, like so. We do get the same open holding hands, like so. So we could use these for the Dragon Dagger there. Then we have these hands, which are kind of open, kind of gesturing hands. As you can see there, his kind of fingers are not quite gripping, but they're open a little bit. This will be the flute playing hand. As you can see how the fingers are really offset from each other. So that is really cool. And then here we have kind of that, I don't even know how, that gesturing hand. So you can see this one is with the White Ranger. This one is come with the Green Ranger. As you can see they're similar in the style of they pose. So, you know, that might be some of the martial arts type hands that he comes with. So, yeah. That is really cool. But again, this flute hand is the additional one there. So you get the 4 pairs of hands and then this extra one here. So 4.5 pairs of hands for the Green Ranger. Okay, and just so you could see how, you know, when they put hold the the Dragon Dagger and the Saba in their hands there. It's kind of tricky with these ThreeZero figures though when changing out the hands. So one thing that I kept, you know, having to do is, depending on how you pull these hands off, if you just pull it straight out, what you're going to do is you're going to actually pull that wrist peg out, and as you could see with the ridges on there, it's kind of a pain in the ass to try and grip it to pop the hand off. It can be done, but man, it kind of wears on the thumb and the finger when doing that. So it's kind of funky, you know, how that works. You can put it on there, and then you can fit the hand onto it, or you can kind of force it, you know, into position, and then you can pop the hands off like so. So you just really want to be careful, you know, with that. You don't want to, you know, break one of those wrist pegs or anything, because he does not come with replacement parts, whereas, you know, some import figures might come with like replacement parts. These guys do not, so be very careful. Okay, so I'm only going to go over the articulation on the White Ranger because the base bodies are the exact same. There's going to be no difference between the two. So the head sculpt, you can get a full rotation in there. You can do all kinds of pivot and everything like that. You can look up. You can look down. I'm not going to pop it off because I'm just too scared to see what may happen. But just know there's all kinds of motion and pivot and everything going on there. The arm you can get to go straight out. You cannot do a full rotation because of the soft goods, the fabric, you know, being in there. Obviously it's not going to work, but you can get the arm to go back so much. You can get it to go forward. You can kind of move around and play with it. You just can't do a full rotation. There is an upper bicep swivel in there. You get a double jointed elbow like so. The wrists are on a ball peg, as you can see, so you get all kinds of swivel, and you can kind of get some hinge going on in there. But again, I'm very weary about these wrist pegs, so be very careful there. Now the bodies themselves, let's see, there is a diaphragm cut, it feels like. So you want to be careful with the shield taking up so much of the space. You want to be careful. So there's an ab crunch hinge there, so you know he can only lean forward so far. He can lean back quite a bit more. I thought there was a pivot in there. There's some pivot, as you can see. You could pivot him some ways, but not a whole lot. Again, there is some swivel at that waist, but you want to be careful, and then it just kind of shoots right back into position there. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that far. It does go back a little bit. There is an upper thigh cut in there. get a double jointed knee that gives you that much bend there. There is a boot swivel foot, same with kind of the wrist. Pops off kind of easily, a lot more easier than, you know, I would have hoped. But you can get on there. There's some ankle pivot. Then I just popped it off again. There's some, but not a whole lot. So there's some range of motion, but again, it's actually pretty limited. They also say 3-0 on the bottom there. So these are not the most highly articulated figures. But there is some articulation to them. You can get them into some basic poses and things like that. For me, when it comes to 1/6 scale figures, I do museum vanilla pose. So he's just gonna kind of stand there like so. And that's okay for me, but for some of you guys that, you know, depending on how you're going to want to display into an action pose, there are some things that you can do, but again, they are pretty limited. It's not going to be anything like what you would find in 1/12 scale 6-inch action figures. Okay, so my final thoughts on these 3-0 1/6 scale Power Rangers action figures, collectible figures. They're really cool. They are actually a really good price compared to other 1/6 scale figures for officially licensed figures. Ace Collectibles, I think it was, did the third-party unlicensed stuff, and from what I hear, those were pretty good. I don't know what the prices of those were, how they compared to 3-0, but for 3-0, an officially licensed company, worldwide company, they're known, 3-0, they make good stuff. 120 bucks is not bad. Are these for everyone? No, absolutely not. If you're a 1/6 scale collector, pick these up. I highly recommend. They are really cool. If you love Power Rangers, get your favorite Ranger like I did. Tommy Oliver, Green Ranger, White Ranger. Hopefully they don't do, well, they did a Lord Dracon, so they have the comic ones. They've done they've announced Ranger Slayer. They did the whole Mighty Morphin team. They had the PX exclusive Red Ranger with Dragon Shield. So they're doing a whole lot. So it seems like with Hasbro, what they have done is they've licensed out Mighty Morphin Power Rangers only. So Super 7 is doing figures, right? 3-0 is doing figures. But if you notice, they're only doing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So for those that, you know, the nostalgia form that grew up with this show, all these other companies doing these things, we have all these choices in variety that we can go to. So 1/6 scale is not something that I ever really thought that I would get into, especially for Power Rangers, but here we are with high quality stuff by 3-0. They're not Hot Toys quality, so let's clear that up again. But they are really good. The accessories are awesome. This Dragon Dagger and this Saba are just the coolest damn things ever. I love the details of them. I love how they look. They just look really awesome. The Green Ranger and the White Ranger, they look great. It's going to look awesome on a display shelf, especially if you have like Green Ranger stuff. Like if it's a shelf all to Green Ranger, you have your 3-0 1/6 scale figure, you have your Lightning Collection figure, you have your Bandai figure, you have your upcoming Super 7 figure, and you have like the Gold Morpher, Legacy Morpher or something, and you do all these things, the Dragon Dagger, the Lightning Collection, or the Legacy Collection. It would create an awesome display, and I think that's what, with some of these figures, that's kind of what you would go for. So for this, you know, I don't know that anybody needs to be all in. It'd be great if you love Power Rangers, but, you know, even if you just pick your favorite Ranger, like in my case, I think that's the way to go. So I think they're definitely worth it from that sense. If you're a 1/6 scale collector, it's definitely worth it, but for all the 112 folks, you know, you might like it. Pick it up. It's not too expensive, but just something to think about. But anyway, you guys let me know in the down in the comments below what you guys think of these 3-0 1/6 scale figures. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Glad to be back doing reviews. I hope to try and continue on the semi-regular daily. My son has baseball a couple of days a week and things. I try not to do videos when my kids are with me, so it's been kind of tough lately, but I'm glad to get this video out, as I was very excited to get the White Ranger from Old Republic Collectibles, because it rounds it out, my Tommy Oliver collection. So again, you guys let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.